I've been wanting to learn Cheat 12 for a while, and now that I did, I realized that there apparently are almost no videos about the move on YouTube, which is unacceptable. So in the Cheat 1260, you jump off one leg, do two 360-degree rotations in the air, and then kick. And some of you who don't know tricking might say that, wait, those degrees don't add up, that's not 1260 degrees, and well, it actually does add up, but I'm really not in the mood of being a tricking nerd right now and explaining it, so we're just gonna go with this. Now if you plan on learning this move, then I would highly recommend these prerequisites. So first, cheat 900. It's just cheat 12 but one less twist, so you're gonna need this, and it'd be great if you could do a couple in a row. But the second one, backside 12, is even more crucial because it's the exact same trick as cheat 12, and we all know that jumping off 2 feet is much more stable than jumping off 1 foot, so you get to just practice the exact feeling of cheat 12 but off 2 feet. It's pretty good. But I would really suggest learning backside 12 on trampoline or from setups on ground, because doing it from standing like this is hard. This is the only time I've ever done it. It was months ago, so it really doesn't play a part. So if one has mastered these 2 moves, then they are certainly declared ready to learn cheat 12. So the way I started is, you see the step here when you're going into the cheat 12, we're just gonna cut that out. You may ask why, and it's because we're going to the trampoline. So if we cut the first part of the step out, it gives a perfect setup to just go into the cheat 12 on trampoline. And now the next step is just getting going. You'll have to learn how to keep yourself upright during 2 semi-vertical twists, and to be honest, there are no tricks that I know of. The only way to do it is to just do it. There's 2 primary ways of getting going with this trick. At the start, I barely had any idea what I was doing, so I was just opening up way too early and landing on my back, and this is a perfect segue to explain why I'm not learning this on ground, because I would get destroyed. And then once you get past the initial phase, you're gonna get owned by getting the kick out slightly but not landing it. I think in total it took me about 10 hours of training to learn this trick. So when I finally managed to get somewhere on trampoline, I thought, hey, it's time for ground. But the problem is that I did not have enough awareness to be trying it yet, which basically just resulted in me being too scared to try it and just wasting a bunch of time trying it on grass when I should have just been back on trampoline. But it was only until I built this elaborate mat setup that I found out that I was still garbage at the move, so I just got owned onto my back again a bunch of times. I proceeded to take a small hiatus from training cheat 12 because I thought I wasn't getting anywhere, but actually looking back, I should have just kept going. Well, either way, thankfully I didn't take too long of a break, and when I got to the new gym, there happened to be the perfect setup for training cheat 12, which is an air track to level mats. The greatest thing about this was that the setup eliminated all fear, so I could try the move with full force. And being able to go all in, I realized that I was much closer than I had thought, so the next session already, I managed to get my first attempts on that floor. You can still see I'm pretty uncertain here, lacking a bit of commitment, but once I got over that, I managed to actually get my first cheat 12. But of course the kick isn't really defined here, so I can't be happy with that. I had to do a better one. It took me a bit more training, but eventually, once I also got the spring floor, it wasn't very hard to get one where you can see the kick well and also combo to something. But now the ultimate test of cheat 12. Can I do it on wet grass? The tricker's greatest enemy. Weather really isn't super optimal anymore. Tiny raindrops. Just so you know, I'm not lying. The reason I didn't really explain the stepping or arm movement is because I believe it can be pretty easily figured out by just watching the video. I mean, hey, I believe in you. And also the way you step doesn't really matter because you can step into cheat 12 a lot of ways. The important thing is to just end up in this position where there's separation between legs and you're hitting the ground at an angle so that you block your forwards moving momentum into upwards momentum. Oh, and don't forget to spot the target before and after the twist. Yeah, it's very important too. God damn. This is still a lot harder than I would have expected. Very genuinely. So as you can see, I'm kind of struggling here, but I managed to get something done by the end of it. And honestly, I'm not worried because I know it's gonna get better with time. And maybe I'll go for cheat 1620 someday. Anyway, thanks for watching.